Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you very much for joining on the inaugural show of Entrepreneurs Pad, where we will be discussing and going down the memory lane with many real estate entrepreneurs who've made their name in the real estate industry. Today, I'm fortunate to have engineer Sheetal Bhilkar here with me, who is an MEP consultant. She's a dynamic founder director of Urja Building Services Consultants Private Limited. She's a leading MEP consultancy firm in Mumbai. She's a Women Super Achiever awardee, a former Mrs. India Classic Talented winner and runner-up. She's short filmmaker in the field of social causes and organ donations. Wow, Sheetal, I mean, I could go on and on for you, but let's start here. Thank you very much for joining on this Entrepreneurs Pad, and a warm welcome to you, Sheetal.
Thank you, and thank you for having me here on this inaugural episode of Entrepreneurs Pad. Thank you so much, Mr.
Sheetal, the first question, which is always, I've felt about it. I mean, real estate industry is a male-dominated industry. I mean, 90%, 95% of the people are male here. Workers, the engineers, the contractors, the developers, very few developers whom I've seen who are lady. How did you think about, I mean, from where did you get that idea of becoming an entrepreneur in a real estate industry?
So basically, I did my electrical engineering from Mumbai, and then I was working as a design engineer. And while working, I was even doing freelancing with different consultants. So I was having huge experience in field of consultancy already. By the time I got married in 2000, and in 2002, when I was on a maternity leave, that time an opportunity came from my husband's office actually. So it was a very reputed blood bank of one hospital. I was thinking that time whether I should start, because it was very early that time, and as you said, it is totally male-dominated industry. And that time in 2000, so 2 decades back, it was rare to have women at site. You can see interior designers, architects, but not women at site actually.
Sheetal, my earliest memory for woman entrepreneur sort of was when my dad was a contractor also. He used to do fixing of tiles and all that. So he had a lady subcontractor do acid washing. And dad used to tell me stories, कि public itna डरती थी, फटती थी public की उससे. And if she was there on project, acid washing used to happen in no time. So गाँव जाने वाले रही तो dad used to say, बाबा ये तू project कर बाद में गाँव जाए and all. Sorry, I mean, it just all of a sudden it struck me. I mean, been there, but at such a post, at such a higher level to come up and become successful. Yeah, sorry. Go on.
So in 2002, I was on maternity leave. I had just delivered baby. My baby was 3 months cold, and that time that opportunity came, as I told you, of blood bank. I was a little scared. I was thinking whether I should take up. It's a big responsibility, designing MEP services because it covers everything: life safety, electrical designing, HVAC, everything. But that time my husband supported me. He encouraged me. He said, "You are already doing so much. So why don't you start your own? Why not? It's the
Ladies, there, ladies, behind a successful woman, there is a man always. Not always, it's
yeah, yeah,
behind the successful man, there's a woman, behind a successful woman, there's a man. Disclaimer here.
yes, yes. Definitely, I totally agree with you. Behind me, my husband is there as a strong pillar of support. So yes, I totally agree. So that opportunity came, and I just took it. And this is how Urja started in 2002. And then there was no looking back. Projects kept on coming. We worked on a lot of dedication, and I'm happy to tell you that today Urja has reached to the level where we have designed more than 80 million square feet all across the globe, and more than 400 plus projects are designed by us, and the biggest project delivered by us is 4 million square feet.
Wow.
That magnitude of projects we are
And
doing.
this brings me to another question. I mean, today there's a trend of having hi-fi names, French word, Latin word, a real classy foreign-looking name to attract people. Yours is a very Indianized name, Urja. Now, how did you think of this name of Urja being your brand name?
So Urja means energy in Sanskrit, as we all know. So I always say this: if you want to understand the universe, think in terms of energy. This famous quote of Nikola Tesla explains why we call ourselves Urja. Energy is everywhere. So, and we being in profession of MEP consultancy, I thought this is the apt name for my company.
You give a lot of urja to a lot of people for sure. That smile of yours is 1,000 watt urja.
Oh yes.
It's a very classic and very unique name. I mean, and coming back to you, I mean, what is the key driving force for you to become an entrepreneur? I mean, what really drove your idea? Yes, you thought of doing it, but now I think if I'm not wrong, you are doing it for 18 years now, Sheetal, in this business.
Yeah, 19, 19 years
Okay,
now.
I stand corrected. 19, one more year. Sorry, I thought being a lady I would reduce 1 year, but not in the experience.
You're not asking my age, it's my company's age.
Correct. That's what I mean. Again, urja is a lady word, so I said ek saal ghata deta hu. But what keeps you going? What are those forces that allows you to keep driving? I mean, what forces do drive you to be there so successful for so long?
So, first of all, I would like to share with you and audience. My role model is my mother. She inspired me a lot. I since childhood, I've seen her working hard. In those times, in 80s, she was having her own ready-made garments manufacturing unit. She was generating employment for 10, 15 women in our vicinity. So that I have seen throughout my childhood. I have even helped her in her exhibitions. She used to participate in exhibitions, and later on, my father also joined her business. And so I'm from that background, and she always inspired me. Doing something different and starting her own. I'm
It's
a big
in
role
your
model for
DNA, it's in your generation that woman becomes an entrepreneur and then the male supports the business. So,
me. Yeah, truly.
okay, I mean, really fascinating. I mean, to keep going on and on with this kind of a thing, and I understand being in this era, and people expect women to be a housewife or doing a job. And even then, I mean, being an entrepreneur, you have so much responsibilities. Then on top of that, being a woman, you are a wife, you are a mother, and you are supposed to be a house worker also, a cook, a dry cleaner, everything. So how do you manage all this? Has being an entrepreneur affected your family? How do you manage this personal and professional life? I mean, a lot of women would like to know that.
Okay, definitely it is not easy, but I think we women are multitaskers. From childhood, we see our mothers doing so many things with a broad smile on face. So upbringing happens that way. And in my case, so I had seen my mother managing things so brilliantly. So I think time management is the key. First of all, that who knows better than you, you being a efficiency coach, time management is the key. And second thing is family support. You need a huge family support for doing managing all the things. Otherwise, it is not possible to do. You need really strong support. And as I told before, also my husband, he has supported me excellently. Like I'll love to tell you one story with you. Like when I had just started, literally it was difficult for me to go to sites because my husband also was working and where to keep my daughter. So that even the client was so understanding. He supported me. He used to arrange site visits on Sundays. So my husband used to take care of my daughter, and I used to go to site. So really, those days give me goosebumps now. How I used to manage, and that guilt when I was away from my child for work, and
It
it's,
takes it takes
it's very
lot. It
fascinating.
takes lot. Yeah, I mean you need that, but it's brilliant. I mean you could manage both the aspects of your life and keep going. I mean it is difficult. I mean हम लोग को क्या है? I mean women say कि आपको जाना है, उठना है, सब आपको टेबल पे रेडीमेड
You
मिलता
have
है,
to take
आओ
the
खाओ
tiffin
पियो,
and go.
या आओ पियो खाओ पियो और आओ फिर बैठो ऑर्डर दो. But yes, I understand. I mean, that's where we have a little bit of privilege, but then a lot of males have started cooking and like your husband supporting you and all. So it's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
good change. Now, Sheetal, coming back to you again on a personal front, what are your, you must have had a lot of anxiety, a lot of self-doubt because you were starting in a male-dominated industry. I can't keep saying again and again enough number of times, but what were your fears when you started off, or even today? I mean, you would have had so many, but just for other women entrepreneurs to understand, what is one particular fear that you really scared you, and how did you overcome that? Any particular fear that you've really faced and overcome?
Okay. Uh, yeah. So when I started in 2 decades back, that time, as I told you, I started from home. And so it was like one woman army. So everything I used to do, I used to do the drawings, I used to do accounting, even collecting check, I had to go and. So, but the of course, site visit was part of our job, or is a part of our job. So, most difficult for me out of site visit was lab checking. So you being civil engineer, you know what is lab checking. So those days, climbing 20-story buildings, then walking on those reinforcement
Scary,
cables.
especially at the edge of the beam that you have to check.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And the safety measures were also not that great those times. And you being woman and only woman at that side, even if you trip, nobody will give you hand because they are feet away from you because you are a woman. So those kind of experiences, and the worst part of it was I used to climb those stairs and standing there, and I was having fear of heights, and that was my greatest fear. So standing there for checking, I used to literally get sweating on hands. My legs were trembling. In that situation, I used to do the checking, and then I used to come home. So my near and dear ones used to caution me, this is not meant for you. This, you are very fragile, and this is Bill's job, not your job. But I think that was a tipping point. I strongly believe everything a man can do, a woman can do. In fact, more than that, even what man cannot do, also woman can do. So, you know, so that was tipping point. I thought, no, nothing doing. I'm going to overcome this fear. So come what may, this will not stop me for doing what I want to do in life. So I kept on going to sites, and uh, this passion and my commitment to clients and my work did not stop because of my fear of heights. I continued, and subsequently, I would like to tell you, subsequently, my commitment and my passion, I think, became so bigger that this fear of height was growing little smaller, 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 and it went off, I think. I accepted
Brilliant.
it, and it just vanished.
Brilliant. I mean, a lot of people have fear of heights, but to overcome that is always challenging. I understand that, Sheetal, and probably that's why your company has reached such heights today where you don't feel fear of even going higher from here. Probably the internet.
Definitely not.
Yeah, yeah, probably the international. On this note, Sheetal, let's take a 2 minute break so that you can also have a
Sure,
little refreshment, have a glass of water. We'll come back in 2 minutes. Thank you.
sure. Thanks.
Welcome back, friends. Thank you for waiting for us to watch further. Sheetal, it's been, I mean, going good so far. And one other question that comes to my mind, again, being a lady, when you must have started, you must have had so many potential clients who would have turned you down very politely. I mean, being a lady, they can't be rude to you, all a male chauvinist here. So they would have very politely said, ha, we will get in touch with you, this, that, and all. So during those rejection times, how did you keep yourself motivated, to keep going and, keep banging those doors till some door breaks open and you started then, and how have you maintained, developed this customer base of yours?
Okay. So, first of all, I always am such a person who never, 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 never give up.
Wow.
So I always, those times it was really difficult for me. People were not believing me. Whenever I used to approach them for work, they used to see my portfolio, so hardly any work done, three, four projects in hand, and um, such a young, that to a woman starting a MEP consultancy. So it was a little shocking for them. People usually get into this business after having gray hair, and this young woman has started, and how she will take up, and all so many doubts, uh, they were having. But then I used to tell them, you give me one
Looking
opportunity.
at such a pretty face, they can't say also get out of the
Exactly.
office.
No, no, no. Pretty face is another problem. People think beauty is without brain. So, people think that way. So literally, I used to wear specs. I used to wear saris to look older. I should look older. People should feel I can take up the jobs. But then, jokes apart, uh, I used to tell them, you give me one opportunity. Let's start with a smaller project. Let me prove myself. Then we will think about giving bigger project or something like that. So I was fortunate that some people trusted me. They gave me work, and I proved them that yes, I can take up a job and I can deliver it excellently. And this is how we started getting more and more jobs. And yeah, and it's a service industry. If you give good service, definitely you get good projects. So with the whole business is grown by the references, purely by references. We have not done any kind of marketing for in earlier years. Only through references we have got jobs, and through determination and hard work, we have grown to the level where we are. And we have always, given importance to quality. I always say, uh, like Vidya Balan says, entertainment, entertainment, entertainment. But we say quality, quality, quality. MEP consultancy सिर्फ ये तीन चीजों से ही चलती है. So
No,
quality is
I'm a
our
firm
brand.
believer. I mean, my veins are with quality and efficiency and being organized. I can't. I mean, that's one reason why we also chose you as our on our couple of projects as an MEP consultant, because I like the way you design, the way things are organized properly in the drawing. And as a lot of you know, besides being a business efficiency consultant, we are developers, contractors, and we do turnkey projects also. So, and that's where the idea came of being a, business efficiency consultant, a mentor for real estate industry. And thank you, Sheetal, for availing our services as a mentor also for some time. And
Yeah.
we hope to continue further. So
Sure.
it's so and I firmly believe our industry unfortunately is so disorganized, and finding people like you who are so organized, so meticulous, the drawings are self-explanatory, it really helps, and that is where
I would like to add something here. See, you can't reach everywhere. I'm doing around 160 projects at a time all over India. I'm not able to reach everywhere. Definitely at stages, MEP consultants are called. But drawings are something what represents you, that represents your company everywhere. So drawings should be good. This is the first lesson every employee of Pooja gets, that this drawing is going to represent you. So it has to be perfect.
it has to be self-explanatory. I don't need to.
Yes.
In fact, people don't understand that if the drawings are self-explanatory, people will not keep calling you back for explanations.
Exactly.
You will not be
Exactly.
digressed from your work, and it adds to so much of enhances efficiency of not only the project but of you as a consultant, because done and dusted. Drawings have gone self-explanatory. You don't need to do any further work on that. I mean, we are planning. It's a dream that where we start with the whole project been given bound, and I don't need to look at your. I mean, it would be an unfortunate scenario where I would not have to see your for beautiful face, but at least professionally, you should not be there. Coming back to this beauty, Sheetal, we've been fortunate to have been part of that beauty, not a beauty pageant. It's a real woman award.
Real Women Awards
For,
2021.
correct, for women entrepreneurs in real estate industry. I mean,
Correct.
I pride myself for coming up with a lot of ideas in improving the real estate industry overall, because I'm passionate. I mean, real estate industry is in my blood. But how did you come about with this? award idea that women, it's a very noble idea. It's a brilliant idea of recognizing those young and successful women entrepreneurs in the real estate industry. How did you come about this idea?
So basically, uh, I was last year I was awarded with Women's Superachiever Award that you announced also at the beginning. So that time I realized how this awards and recognition motivates you. It doubles up your confidence level. So after that, in fact, I was writing the article about your construction universum about women in construction
Yeah,
industry.
that
So that time I yeah, so that time I did lot of
another
you want
favorite pet project of mine of
yes,
constructionuniversum.com, where
yes.
real estate entrepreneurs can come and write their articles and all. So yeah, thank you very much for writing there also and giving your shares, Sheetal. Yeah, carry on.
So I was you gave me opportunity for writing in that platform, and so I was researching about this topic, women in construction industry. So research says hardly 8 to 10% of total workforce of construction industry is women. Okay, out of that also, the larger percentage is in
Labor,
labor sector.
correct.
So, handful of women are there in strategic, admin, technical, and sites. So this percentage is very less. So I started thinking about it, why it is so. This scenario should change. We should inspire more women to join this industry, and what we can do to change this scenario. So, as an individual, I think I came up with an idea because I have seen this industry for more than 2 decades and been part of this industry. I thought if we show the successful women entrepreneurs or outstanding women in this industry who are doing already great, showing them as influencers, showing them, bringing them in limelight will definitely motivate them and at the same time inspire more women to join this industry. So this is how this idea or concept of Real Women Awards came. So yeah, so we went ahead with this award. So this awards what we had at this International Women's Day at Taj Lands, and you also attended that. And thank you for being mentor also for that.
It's our privilege to be, being part of the such an award function.
Yeah. So this award function happened in first ever in history of Indian construction industry that their women entrepreneurs were awarded. So it was wonderful experience. I think interacting with all these 26 awardees, and already they have started collaborating, networking with each other, referring each other. So I think it is great feeling that I could do something for them, and in
And I
turn
think,
up.
if I'm not wrong, now you are going to Bangalore,
Yes.
and
So the
then
mission is to connect to women entrepreneurs all across India. So the next city is Bangalore. So June we are planning awards at Bangalore, and thereafter we are planning for Pune. So if somebody from Bangalore is listening to this interview, please fill up the forms. We are looking out for successful women entrepreneurs in construction industry from Bangalore city.
thank you, Sheetal. I mean, we're almost at the end of the interview, and the one last question that I want to ask you is, K, if you have to give just one advice, we Indians per se are very good at giving advice, सबको देना ही है ना. This is one thing जो देने में अपने को प्रॉब्लम नहीं, पैसा देने को बहुत प्रॉब्लम होता है. एडवाइस बांटते रहो ऐसा बिंदास. अपन करते नहीं करते, whether we walk the talk or no, but अपन talk देने का बिंदास. So, of all those big talks that we give to the people, if one particular advice that you have to give to all those budding women entrepreneurs who are watching this show just now, what would be that advice?
I would like to tell them if you can dream it, you can do it. This is my favorite quote of Walt Disney, and actually, I have a big bucket list, and whatever I have dreamed of, I have achieved till date, and I keep
Oh,
on adding my
अच्छा हाथ लगाने आता हूँ तेरे को मैं.
to my bucket list.
Yeah.
So I think you should believe you can do everything. Nothing is impossible. The word itself, impossible, calls for I am possible.
Oh,
Everything is possible.
yeah. I mean, it's great. So basically, believe in yourself, believe in
Right.
your abilities, persevere, and keep going, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah, you can do anything. I'll tell you, I had even participated in a uh, cooking competition, and there also I have got first prize.
wow. So what do you not do, Sheetal? I mean, that list would be shorter if I'll say कि what you cannot do. I mean, you're an entrepreneur, you're a wife, you're a very successful mother. You are now events host and holder, founder for the Real Woman Awards. What not? I mean, come on. I mean, I need to get inspired by you to do even more. Uh, Sheetal, would you like to know who's coming next on the next episode?
Yes, definitely,
Let's
definitely, I
give
would like to know.
the people a peek into who's coming next. All right.
Okay.
So thank you very much, Sheetal, for coming on this show today. And this show is going to be now hosted live every Sunday at 12 p.m. Please come share all those journey of this young and successful and not so young successful entrepreneurs from real estate industry, and let's learn something from them. Why have they become so successful in this industry? What keeps them going? What motivates them to do innovative things like Sheetal has come up with the Real Woman Award. A lot of other things like Nikhil, again, there are a lot of aspects to his and layers to his life that we will learn about. So what keeps him also going? I mean, he's pretty busy. I know how difficult it was for me to make him agree for this live show. It's not a recorded one where, किसी का time लेके record करके then put it up. So let's have fun. I mean, this is going to go on happening every Sunday at 12 p.m. And thank you, Sheetal, once again for coming on this show. And on that note, bye, friends. See you on next Sunday. Have a great weekend and a great week ahead. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for giving this opportunity.